Thou hast forced my hand. Very well. Dost thou truly believe I cannot subdue thee? Let us see how long thou canst keep up this charade. Wanyan Pupa, if this enmity remains unavenged, I, Ling Lo, swear I am unworthy to be called a man. Dire news, my liege. The tidings of our defeat have already spread. The city within is now cast into utter chaos. Great throngs of famished commoners have incited a rebellion. Should this persist, there shall be no need for Wanyan Bupo to breach our gates. Our own people shall slaughter one another. To think that I, Ling Long, took up arms in my father's stead at the age of 15, was granted the highest martial honors at 18, and am felt as a king at 20, my might echoing across the realm. Yet now, I am doomed to perish in such a humiliating manner. Alas, pass down my command. Distribute 1/3 of the military rations to the famished masses.
Your Majesty, this must absolutely not be done.
The soldiers' provisions are but sufficient for 7 days. Once they are distributed to the commoners, the troops shall inevitably mutiny. When that hour comes, we shall be condemned to eternal ruin. I beseech your Majesty to reconsider. Yet, I cannot merely stand by and watch the common folk starve to death or die of thirst. They are my loyal subjects. Pray tell, what is this object? Who has brought it hither? We know not. May it please your Majesty to examine it. It doth faintly exude the fragrant scent of wheat. Methinks this item is edible. Oh, how fragrant. Never hath this king tasted a morsel of such exquisite flavor. Come forth and partake of it, all of you.
I am famished unto death.
Let me taste it. Could it be that the heavens see we are bereft of hope, and hath bestowed upon us this divine provision to aid the warriors of the border in surviving this great calamity?
Move quickly, your Majesty.
Words are inscribed upon it.
Bread.
Could it be that this object is known as bread? Look quickly, your Majesty. This bread hath sprung forth from the incense censer. 'Tis truly the aid of the heavens. This bread shall suffice to feed a company of 100 men for 3 days' time. Your Majesty, methinks I hear the sound of water within.
What marvel is this?
Water. 'Tis water.
To think it is truly water. Make haste and proclaim these tidings unto the entire city.
Declare that the divine gods do watch over us, that heaven hath bestowed sweet rains from above. The mighty legions of our great Chan shall surely sweep the enemy horde away and restore peace unto our lands and rivers. Hast thou heard the tidings? Our Lord of Zinbei has received divine providence. Heavenly rations have rained down within the manor and summoned us to draw water. Haha, nay, nay. Word hath that the gods also bestowed immortal stones, which, when consumed, shall grant one the strength of an ox, and the prowess to vanquish 100 foes alone. Let us make haste and go, lest we arrive too late and partake of naught. Strategist. 'Tis but an ordinary and unremarkable incense censer. Why should such a wondrous anomaly occur? Could it be the divine beings truly walk this earth? To answer your Majesty,
The Hannibal view of that servant.
it is better to believe in their presence than to doubt their existence. Would it not be prudent to enshrine this censer and offer incense and prayers unto it each day? So long as it ceaselessly provideth food and water, all other matters are of no consequence. The strategist speaketh with sound reason. We shall do as thou sayest. Alas, disaster strikes.
The water hath flowed the whole night through. I fear thou hast flooded the very dwellings of our neighbors.
Ah, how hath this come to pass? A whole night hath passed, yet it is not filled. Heavens above! Am I but dreaming? The waters have flowed the night through. Verily, 100 tons must have poured forth. How vast is the belly of this censer? Perchance this relic is a true treasure? Since thou dost possess such wondrous utility,
'Tis most fortuitous.
I have been sorely vexed by the spoiled provisions within the storehouse, and knew not where to cast them away. Master, wherefore hast thou arrived so late?
Hast thou the leisure this eve?
Pray, grace my humble abode with thy presence. Mine feline companion doth perform wondrous leaps in the air.
Nay, I must decline.
I fear thy suitor would strike me dead. Oh, master, this servant is unwed. Then, perchance I shall visit thy dwelling this night?
Oh, master, this servant is unwed.
Then, perchance, I shall visit thy dwelling this night. What feigned virtue? This very night, I shall come to thy chambers. Let us see if a solitary hound such as thee can restrain thine urges. Alas, trade hath grown exceedingly perilous in these times. So many rations of dried noodles have spoiled.
And full 100 chests of cured meats.
To employ laborers to haul and burn them would cost a princely sum. Praised be that I possess this little censer. The mystery of this vessel must never reach the ears of another, else it shall surely invite great calamity. I have toiled the day long. 'Tis best I seek my slumber betimes. What dost thou? How hast thou breached my doors? Master, thy door was unlatched. Thus I ventured within to look upon thee. Alas,
I pray I have not given thee a fright.
in truth, it must be spoken, this maiden doth possess a most bewitching allure. 'Tis a pity she is so wanton in her ways. Thou hast, indeed, startled me. I pray thee, make haste and depart, master.
I have not the coin to pay my rent. May I find lodging here with thee?
Once I receive my wages, I shall take my leave. Wilt thou grant me this boon?
Go gone. Make haste. Speak another word of folly, and I shall report thee for trespassing upon my dwelling.
Wherefore dost thou feign such innocence? Thou shalt surely rue this day. Hath madness taken hold of me? Wherefore doth my mind unceasingly conjure the hazy phantom of a female general? This day, I give thanks to the divine spirits for bestowing sweet rain upon our soldiers and subjects. I, Lewin, am overwhelmed with boundless gratitude.
Thus, I lead the civil and martial officials of this city to bow in reverence and thanksgiving.
Yet, the scourge of the Yanggu remains unvanquished. Our great northern frontier doth totter upon the brink of ruin. The 400,000 soldiers and citizens of Yanmen Pass live in peril, knowing not if they shall see the morrow.
I beseech the divine beings to look down with pity.
And bestow thy bounty once more. When the barbarian horde is driven forth, I, Lewin, shall assuredly erect temples and found sects in thy honor, that thou mayest receive the incense and offerings of the mortal realm. My king, the sacrificial text is prepared. Commander Lewin, the meal is presented. Your Majesty, shall the divine spirits once again bestow their heavenly fare upon us? Though the plight of our thirst have been provisionally resolved, our people still suffer the pangs of starvation. This day, they have naught to boil but the bark of trees for sustenance. Alas.
In but 2 days' time, I fear even the bark and wild herbs shall be utterly exhausted.
Those accursed Sanbu have taken to the mountains and forests, both within and without the pass, and burned them to ash, leaving us not a single path to survival. It is truly despicable. The divine spirits shall watch over us. What a wondrous fragrance. What is that scent? Sister Hongi, hath thy hunger bred hallucinations within thy mind? I yet possess one of those loaves of bread from yestermorn. Thou shalt take it, and eat of it presently. Nay, 'tis the scent of meat, his roasted fowl, in Liu Fu's sauce. Within these city walls this day, speak not of fowls and ducks. And the war steeds have been well nigh slaughtered. Whence could such flesh be procured? Verily, the savory scent issues forth from the incense vessel. Come, let us behold it. My liege, the aroma is too wondrous. I shall partake of it first. Thou mayst strike me with the martial cane anon. Peed not in such haste. First, give thanks unto the divine spirits.
Heavens above, do I not dream?
In within the imperial capital, ne'er have I beheld such a bounty of wondrous delicacies. Can it be that an omnipotent deity truly reigns for this world? Spirits on high, I, Jugating, bow in humble gratitude. Let not word of this matter pass beyond these walls. Hongying, seek out the quartermaster, and tally the sum of all provisions. Apportion them according to need. It shall be done. Grand strategist, take a portion of the tally provisions and bestow them first unto
The common folk, who stand upon the brink of starvation.
and affix edicts to pacify the hearts of the people. Thy will be done. Seize those who have stirred unrest in the markets and plotted treason of late. Behead them at the market square, that it may serve as a dire warning. We thank thee, your highness. We thank thee. Hear ye, brave soldiers, his majesty hath decreed. Henceforth, every third day, such celestial viands shall be bestowed upon us. Ye must rouse your spirits and eradicate the rebel scum in one fell swoop to uphold the martial glory of our great kingdom. Huzzah!
Node in this realm is given without a price.
In the gods and Buddhas require offerings of incense. Doth this deity within the censer truly seek naught in return?
Who doth think upon me so fervently?
'Tis passing strange.
Ever since I placed so vast a bounty therein.
If it yielded forth naught else.
Mayhap it hath been glutted?
Verily, a lady general doth exist. And furthermore, they have taken me for a deity.
I am no deity, but a mere mortal.
My name is Jiang Fan.
To be of aid to thee, 'tis a great honor.
Master Jiang hath relieved the dire peril of Yanmen Pass.
Thou art greater than a deity.
I am the king of Jianbei of the Great Chan.
My gratitude knows no bounds.
I beseech thee, master, to extend thy hand once more.
And deliver my soldiers and people from this fiery abyss.
Great Chan! Never have I heard of such a dynasty. 100,000 soldiers of the Jianbei army
Are besieged at Yanmen Pass by 500,000 Sanyu hosts. Within the city walls, water and victuals are utterly spent.
300,000 souls starve, and corpses litter the lands.
They are driven to trade their own children for sustenance.
This is far too tragic. I cannot stand by.
Since this matter has come to my knowledge, I must needs intervene.
I shall strive to find a way.
Victuals must first be gathered.
Let us provide water post-haste.
dispatched thy men at once to dig a reservoir.
Attendants,
Make haste and command the men to dig a reservoir.
pass down the decree.
On the morrow, water shall be supplied without measure.
Let each household send forth one soul to draw water. Water is the very fount of life. With water we may sow the seeds.
And with that, we shall have all. May the heavens bless the king of Zenbei.
May the heavens bless the great Chan.
The Greek Chan shall emerge victorious. Blame me not for a hardened heart.
But my purse is truly bare.
I can but afford victuals nearing their end to bestow upon thee.
Even so, this hath cost me nigh 500,000.
Alas, at such a grievous rate of expenditure.
No coin shall remain for the coming month's provisions. I know not what I truly seek in this endeavor. I am profoundly bounden by thy grace, master.
This day, the thirst of the entire city hath been quenched.
That art verily a living deity to Lewin.
I have fully amassed the provisions.
They may be delivered unto thee upon the morrow.
Wondrous Titans, I bow before thee, master.
I beseech thee, accept Lewin's humble obeisance. In a reverie, it feels akin to a youthful courtship of my school days.
And yet, I know not what visage that Lady General doth truly possess.
Is she as fair as a vision from a dream?
Perchance the master, in gathering provisions for my sake,
Think wholly exhausted his mortal vessel? He hath already fallen into slumber.
rest well, master. Lewin shall trouble thee no further. Such a vast bounty of goods. Were I to cast them within, one by one, it would take an eternity and a day. If only this vessel could convey them of its own accord.
By the heavens, thou truly canst.
Come then, let thy spectacle commence.
His flesh, such an abundance of meat.
The divine hath truly not deceived me.
Verily, heaven shields our true North Army.
My sovereign, what manner of object is this? Methinks it is a celestial elixir from the divine. It's wonder sweet.
This celestial elixir is even chilled by frost. Truly, a divine draught. 8 generations of my kin have served as royal cooks within the palace.
Yet never have mine eyes beheld such a treasure.
This meat, too, is touched by frost. Good heavens, 'tis beyond all mortal imagining.
Chicken essence?
Can such a mystical essence truly be consumed?
In all my born days.
'Tis the first I hear of a chicken essence being fit for the belly. The situation within the city walls is most convoluted at present. Not all hearts beat in true allegiance to our king. The commanders of these quartermaster troops belong to the 3 great clans of the city.
Should word of this heaven-bestowed providence fall into their hands, it shall inevitably sow the seeds of turmoil.
Your Majesty, we seek an audience upon an urgent matter.
You are my most trusted confidants.
Speak thy minds without reservation.
May it please your majesty.
Regarding this sudden bounty fallen from the heavens, those who look upon it with covetous eyes are not few. The quartermaster camps are crowded and filled with wandering eyes. Too inevitable that some shall slip away to wag their tongues in idle gossip, thus granting our foes a prime opportunity to strike.
Ever since the commoners drew water yesterday, the Huang clan,
To grown exceedingly restless. As of now, the spies discovered lurking about the royal estate number well over a dozen. Those treacherous curse. What absolute insolence. Were it not for the fear that they might bewitch the populace into rebellion, we would have long since made a bloody example of them.
Your Majesty, yesterday I heard whispers amongst the ranks,
Claiming that these provisions were dispatched by the imperial court. Furthermore, they say the royal estate doth herd them unjustly, in a cruel bid to force the men to fight unto their deaths,
So that all remaining spoils may be granted unto your majesty's personal guard.
Already, numerous soldiers have lent their ears to these venomous falsehoods and bear grave resentment toward the Qingwei Guard. This is undoubtedly the work of saboteurs seeking to sow discord.
Our Qingwei Guard numbers but a mere 20,000 souls.
The remaining 80,000 were conscripted from all corners of the land.
should they rise in mutiny,
And we shall surely perish without a grave to hold our bones.
Promian, dispatch, forthwith, half of the local garrison and half of the Qingwei Guard. Command them to form mixed cohorts to safeguard the royal estate. Furthermore, decree that no quartermaster troop shall set foot outside the estate for the time being. They are to make camp upon these very grounds, as my lord commands. We beseech your highness to open the granaries and distribute the grain.
we are perishing of starvation. The royal estate hath no provisions to distribute at present.
Pretty, remain calm and await his highness's decree.
Dali est. Ye have meat to feast upon, and ye hoard the imperial relief grain.
You cower within these walls, gorging yourselves upon chicken, whilst we are left without even tree bark to gnaw upon.
We shall not submit. We demand an audience with His Highness.
Charge forth, brethren, and let us uncover the truth within. In these dire times of national calamity,
Who among ye dares slaughter the common folk?
Indeed. Press forward, everyone.
should we tarry, these gluttons shall devour all the meat. Whosoever bars us from our sustenance is an enemy unto us all.
They are wicked scoundrels.
Make haste, bear him away to the healers.
We demand an audience with His Highness.
If he possess the might, then bars our path for eternity. You men are born of the very same common blood. Yet now you turn a blind eye to our life and death. Have ye no conscience left within your hearts?
You do. Enough. Your sovereign stands here.
Who seeks an audience with me? Your Highness. Is there truly no sustenance within your walls? We do not seek to rise against you, my lord. We merely wish to survive. Of my 3 children, 2 have already been devoured by men. Is this a sin that we merely yearn to live? What course of action must be taken? Though the provisions bestowed by the divine are plentiful, they cannot satiate the entirety of the city's populace. Should the famished masses learn of this and descend upon us, how shall this grim tide be stemmed?
Your Highness.
The princely estate is barren of provisions.
Haha, I do declare, never did I expect the mighty prince of Zenbei to utter such falsehoods. Thou claimest there is no grain? Then what, pray tell, is this? What sightless fool was so careless? A mere chicken bone. Doth it bear my name upon it? I rather suspect 'twas thou who devoured it.
And now thou seekest to falsely accuse me.
Behold, my brethren. Do you see?
Such is the true face of these noble officials.
Utter barefaced lies.
I knew full well thou wouldst deny it. It truly chills the heart to think the Prince of Zhenbei is of such a base nature as well.
Ye cower within the manor, feasting upon flesh and fowl.
Whilst leaving us to starve.
What purpose remains in defending this city? Come, bring forth Goodwife Lin and her grandson. Can it be? General Liu?
Dost thou recognize these 2?
Dados recognize them. Good. Truly worthy of being His Highness's right hand. How valiant, Goodwife Lin. Confess the truth.
From whence came this morsel?
Play no tricks, old crone, else thou shalt prepare to collect thy young grandson's corpse.
Was General Liu who bestowed it upon me.
Let all partake and taste.
Have any among ye ever tasted such a thing?
Heavens, it is wondrously delicious. To think a fleeting moment of pity would thus ruin our great endeavor?
Your Highness, thou art truly amusing.
Taoist rather grant sustenance to this dying wretch.
Then bestow it upon us.
These were mine own provisions.
This hath not to do with His Highness.
你入
Overstep not thy bounds. Did not all of ye bear witness?
Hark, they commence their deceitful excuses.
Mistress Lane hath said the royal manor runneth over with such provisions.
For what do we yet tarry? Seeing that none would grant us pity, let us storm the gates and take it by force.
We shall take it by force. Let the tumult rise. So further discord.
Once the common folk lay siege to the royal manor, the hour to breach the city gates shall be at hand.
Then shall Ling lose the hearts of all his people.
No matter his valor, he shall be powerless to turn the tide.
Thou speakest falsehoods.
I ne'er claimed the royal manor harbored such provisions.
General Liu, I beg thy forgiveness.
They have taken captive my young grandson. Had I not spoken so, they would surely have put him to the sword.
Thou wretched beast.
Think thou men, and seize the household of Newer. Distribute all provisions found therein unto the common folk.
Furthermore,
Spare not a single soul of those who led the cry to surrender to the Sangun.
by thy command, as thou wilt, good people of this realm,
Know ye why I have decreed their execution? For this wretched lot are not but spies.
they did purposefully fan the flames of rebellion.
To sow discord within the hearts of our armies and our people.
Tell me, are they not deserving of death?
They deserve death.
Was they who seized my mother and devoured her?
Death to them. They should have met their end long afore.
We give thanks unto His Highness for purging this evil.
Long live His Highness. Good people of this realm,
And now, the Sinu glare at our gates with a tiger's ravenous intent.
Yet they have ever failed to breach the gates of Yanmen Pass.
we suffer greatly.
But their suffering is no less than ours.
Thus, these shameless scoundrels
Have resorted to foul and treacherous means, driving countless spies within our very walls.
I do now proclaim,
From this day forth,
whosoever reports a spy,
and it be proven true, shall be rewarded with 3 measures of rice. And, have ye all understood my words?
we understand. And hear this,
The grain seized from Newer's estate shall all be used to serve porridge to the people, no matter the hardships. I shall not let the common folk suffer.
For ye are my most steadfast shield.
Long live His Majesty.
this wretched woman,
With but a few words, hath ruined the greater part of our design. Damn her to the abyss. Kongming, make the arrangements. Have our men secretly transport some grain to Newer's dwelling. Then, uncover it in full view of the populace, and proclaim unto them that it is proof of his bribery by the Viangun. Excellent. Thou art finally using thy wits?
I beg to report, my lord, Newer is dead,
The Prince of Jinbei hath slain all our men.
And he incites the commoners to hunt down spies. I fear our future endeavors shall prove most difficult. A cunning stratagem. Then we shall proceed with the second scheme.
I refuse to believe his silver tongue
Can say to the starving bellies of the populace.
Thy servant obeys.
Master Jiang, our provisions shall suffice the army for a few days more.
Yet the city's folk cry out in hunger as well. Hast thou a master stratagem to offer? Wien is eternally grateful. Alas, I know not how long those provisions shall sustain Linglin. Yet I am bereft of further stratagems. My coffers, too, are entirely depleted. By the gods, another plea for succor?
Dost thou truly deem me a deity?
In sooth, I must confess, I am now so impoverished that I can scarce afford my own daily bread. Place thy hopes upon me no longer. Thy peerless beauty shall avail thee naught.
Canst thou perchance emerge from within the incense burner
And take me as thy bridegroom?
Verily, I am a fool.
To have squandered over 500,000 pieces of silver upon her.
To a sum sufficient to procure a worthy bride.
What is this?
These be gold, silver, and precious jewels.
Master Jiang, I beseech thy forgiveness.
Lilin hath only sought thy aid, neglecting to offer recompense.
May these riches serve as a token of my gratitude.
Heavens above!
It appeareth Linglin is a lady of vast wealth. Even I, Jiang Fan, am now sustained by a lady's grace. Thou art too courteous, my lady.
This humble one was vexed in spirit, but a moment ago,
and uttered words of profound crudity. I pray for thy boundless magnanimity. On the morrow, provisions shall once more be offered unto thee.
on behalf of the 400,000 souls within the city, I bow in profound gratitude to thee.
To be but a worldly mortal, covetous of wealth and enamored by beauty.
Beauty? Beauty is beyond my grasp for the nonce.
Yet as for this wealth,
Nay,
I must seek out a seasoned appraiser to examine them, to discern if these treasures be truly genuine.
well now, is this not my precious nephew?
讲了，或卧碰不好道黑。
Insolent whelp, devoid of respect for thine elders.
Is Jiang Len a name for thy lips to utter?
Thou shouldst address me as eldest uncle.
Art thou even worthy to be called eldest uncle?
The old patriarch should have strangled thee at birth.
To let thee live was but a curse upon us.
A knife reared in the slums.
Thou art truly the spitting image of thy worthless sire.
Spouting naught but foulness. I have no time to squabble with thee. I have come this day to demand when thou shalt depart. Furthermore, thou hast no right of inheritance to the market. Dare not speak ill of my father, or I shall end thee. To bear thy fangs at me is in vain.
Thy father was but a stray, plucked from the streets by the old man.
And thou art an even more wretched, unwanted thing.
By the laws of the realm, thou art bereft of any right to inherit.
It was only out of respect for the old man's memory that I suffered thee to dwell here this long. Now, thou must be gone. Hearken well. Not a single relic left behind by the old man belongeth to thee.
Most especially the incense censer. The incense censer?
Doth this old fool know something of its secrets? Harbor no false illusions. Thou hast no choice.
This Jiangren wieldeth great power and influence.
The raising of the village is now at hand, and the recompense shall be a sum beyond measure.
The offspring of old man Jan shall surely not let this matter rest.
Fancy, let us converse. I have errands to attend to. I have naught to say to thee. Tarry but a moment. I know the eldest hath troubled thee just now, yet his deeds are his own, and mine are mine. Thou canst not direct thy wrath at me for his transgressions. Look at thee. How couldst thou be so utterly heedless of the young lad's grace, when thou and thy grandfather faced the darkest of times? Who was it that bestowed aid upon thee? Search thine own conscience, and reflect about it well.
Did not the old sire gift thee several ancient relics?
To say thou hast built thy fortune upon them.
The old sire and I owe thee naught.
Though others may be blind to thy true nature, how could it escape mine eyes? Ever since thou learned the old sire possessed no more relics, thy countenance changed in an instant. Thou even bribed brigands to seize me, so as to coerce the old sire. The old sire was left entirely without recourse. He even fell to his knees before thee, ere thou wouldst grant me my release. I came not this day to settle scores with thee.
Let us parley concerning the matter of the old sire's inheritance.
Oh, young aunt, my dear young aunt.
Whilst the old sire drew breath, thou deigned not even to cast a glance his way. Yet upon his passing, thou makest haste to squabble for his wealth.
Dost thou not find it utterly laughable?
Wretched boy, just thou wait. Young lad, what ails thee?
Hast thou some treasure to part with? Never mind, I shall not part with it.
I fear thou lackest the eye for true worth, and would swindle me for my youth. What words are these? Who in all this street knoweth not the title of the golden abacus? Pritri, step inside. This old man shall appraise it for thee. 'Tis a treasure of great worth, passed down by mine ancestors. One fears not the thief's hand, but the thief's covetous gaze.
I would not have word of this slip out.
Where is the item? Handle it with utmost care. Should thou shatter it, selling this very shop would not suffice to repay me. Wrapped in mere sackcloth, what grand treasure could it be? This is a jade pendant. Young lad, from whence did this object come? 'Tis an ancestral heirloom. Let me speak the truth unto thee. This artifact is the legendary jade of the auspicious phoenix. It is a relic of the lost ancient realm of the Great Chan dynasty. Did such a dynasty as the Great Chan truly exist? Its reign was but a fleeting epoch.
Legend dictates it fell to ruin at the hands of the Shangu.
What more dost thou know of the Great Chan dynasty? The chronicles are exceedingly sparse. Ancient tomes speak of a maiden goddess of war named Lingnuan. She was merely 22 winters of age. After the Prince of Jinbei fell in glorious battle at Yanmen Pass, the enemy hordes marched forth unchallenged
and laid waste to the realm. Even in death, she suffered grave indignities at the hands of the Xiaonu. Is it not a most tragic lament to endure such defilement beyond the veil of mortality? I dare not fathom what Ling Luan, at the twilight of her life, must have endured in the depths of her despair. Nay, I am bound by fate to forestall this calamity.
Yogsir, art thou unwell? For what sum dost thou intend to part with this jade pendant?
I am whole. What worth dost thou place upon it?
'Tis a pity.
The phoenix jades were destined as a pair. If thou possessest but this solitary phoenix, I can offer thee naught but this sum. 300,000.
300,000?
Thou art thou certain? But of course, hadst thou the companion, jade pendant, the bounty would be multiplied manifold. Alas, 'tis a pittance. I shall not sell. Young sir, what is thy meaning? From the moment thou didst cross my threshold, this old master has spoken unto thee with utmost sincerity.
Cease thy prattle. Show me thy true sincerity.
Let me speak plainly unto thee. The companion jade of yellow hue is also in my possession.
Speakest thou the truth?
Deceive me not. Believe as thou wilt. Since thy sincerity is lacking, I shall seek trade elsewhere.
Stay I haste, young sir.
Thou must permit me to gaze upon the relic first. Furthermore, my own coffers cannot yield so vast a sum alone. Very well, yet I warn thee, attempt no trickery. My companion waiteth just without. Should any peril befall me, he shall summon the guard without delay. Behold this once more, I pray thee. Exquisite, truly exquisite. This old man hath dealt in antiquities all his days. To behold the true phoenix seeking his mate this day, even death would now be a worthy price. I shall summon him post haste. Old Jim, where lies the phoenix? Old Hu, thou art come at last. Young sir, presenting Elder Hu, the grandest merchant of antiquities in our realm. We shall join our purses to purchase thy phoenix relic. We offer 300 million. Young sir, might I first lay eyes upon it? 400 million in ready coin. I am much hastened. I have no time to squander upon ye. Very well. Let us add another 100 million to the sum. Then, consider it a token of our newfound fellowship. May we now behold the artifact. Nay, old Hu, hast thou lost thy wits? That is 500 million. Elder Hu is truly magnanimous. Come, inspect thy prize. Old Jin, grant me the seeing glass. A marvel. 'Tis an absolute marvel. The worth of this treasure is beyond all reckoning. Hark, that is enough gazing. It is time to remit the funds. It shall be done. The coin and the relic are thus exchanged. Farewell to ye both. Pray return when thou hast the leisure, young sir. Old Hu, what madness possesses thee, though this relic be of great worth? That stripling is but a greenhorn. We could have offered a mere 100 million, and he would have parted with it. Cast thine eyes upon this old Jin. How doth this appear as something passed down through a millennium? To my eyes, it seemeth freshly unearthed.
Dost thou imply he possesseth other relics?
At last, thy wits awaken. Thinkest thou that relics of the lost Great Chan era, newly brought to light, would manifest as merely a single pair of jade pendants? By what devil's luck hath this knave prospered? 'Tis wealth sufficient to shatter the very heavens. Shall I summon a few men to bind the rogue?
Nay, there is no need.
Let us first set spies to watch him and uncover his roots. Today's execution hath served as a warning to the flock. Though the wandering masses have been temporarily appeased, the three great clans shall surely not let the matter rest. Come the morrow's first light, the commoners, driven by empty bellies, shall return to make riot. Again and again it ceaseth not. I know not when this cycle shall end. Good sir, hath thy peril been resolved? Luan hath been most anxious for thee. This prince of Zenbei doth surely know how to show concern. I am graced by thy concern, my lady. The peril hath passed. From the morrow, I shall continue to bestow provisions. Thou mayest draft a manifest of thy needs. My king, the hour groweth late. I pray thee, seek thy rest. Master Jiang hath finally replied. Fret no more, my lady. There is naught to fear. Thou mayest pacify the people and settle their hearts. I scarce expected that Master Jiang would not only bestow provisions upon us, but also possess such mastery of grand strategy. Hypocrite wench, what dost thou laugh at? Thy servant laughs to see my king groan.
now comprehending the romance of men and women. What foolishness dost thou spout? This king is merely reading the master's great works, and thus laughed from sudden enlightenment. How doth this concern the matters of men and women?
Of military and state affairs, thy servant knoweth not. Yet, the countenance my king bore but a moment ago, refound.
Precisely a lovesick maiden receiving a tender letter from her distant beloved, with a visage brimming with purest joy.
I know not what visage he bears.
Your Majesty, thy humble servant deems this a joyous tiding.
Gazing upon the entirety of the realm, I fear only the divine
Is worthy of our peerless sovereign. Ah, even thou hast learned the art of flattery.
And Lusha, we have received grievances from the commoners that thou dost engage in commerce with the Yannu horde.
Diang, thou art suspected of betraying our military secrets.
As for myself, Yag,
This is, that woman seeks to compel us to strike first, that she may possess the pretext to eradicate us entirely. Alas, to continue thus is no longer tenable.
I wonder, Brother Du, what masterful stratagem dost thou harbor?
Do you not find it most peculiar? From whence did that woman procure such provisions? How meager were the stores of those few households she confiscated, with but a pitiful yield? How could she provision such a multitude? If so, the secret must lie within the royal manor. Could it be that deities truly walk this earth? Haha, since she places her reliance upon the divine, then let us drag this so-called deity into the light.
Brother Du, thy brilliance is boundless. Brother Zhao, what are thy thoughts on this matter?
Very well. Then we shall unearth this god.
These lackeys are indeed loyal hounds. Their total wealth was but a pittance,
Yet, I know not why they would forfeit their lives for the three great clans.
if even these base running dogs suffer so.
How wretched must the plight of the common folk in the northern frontier be, those thrice-cursed scoundrels.
One day, this sovereign shall bring them to a bloody reckoning. Your Majesty, that is far easier said than done.
The three clans of Anchang alone have already caused us to exhaust our every stratagem. And yet, across the entirety of Great Shan,
How many such corrupt officials still feast upon the flesh of the common folk? Your Majesty, Great Chan is long bereft of its former glory.
dost thou think this sovereign is blind to it? Yet someone must needs strive for change.
Elsewise, think you, would not the common folk of Great Chan be condemned to servitude for all generations?
Thy noble virtue is boundless, Your Majesty.
We, thy humble servants,
Are willing to lay down our lives in thy service.
Good tidings, Your Majesty.
Presently, the common folk within the city walls,
do harbor a deep and bitter hatred for the three great clans.
methinks, it shall not be many days. Either they are driven by fear to surrender.
Now are too sanguine.
Their counteroffensive, mayhap, is already upon us. Of a certainty, there be ill news as well. The commoners, now awaiting the alms of porridge, do form a line stretching from the royal manor well nigh unto the execution grounds.
And yet more do flock hither in an unceasing stream.
We possess not near enough grain. How ought we
To provide for these multitudes, alas, even should we bring forth all the military provisions of the royal manor, it would yet fall woefully short.
Unless, set thy heart at ease. The divine hath spoken. The grain shall be delivered on. But there be hundreds of thousands of souls.
Even but to provide watery porridge, countless measures of grain are required. If it truly cannot be done,
Hold thy tongue.
such acts of perfidy and broken faith, this sovereign shall absolutely never commit. Report, Your Majesty. The Shanyu horde hath come again to challenge our lines. They have mobilized forces exceeding 200,000 strong.
Who doth lead them? The Yanjingu Grand General Wanyan Bupo.
He hath also commanded a great banner to be raised, upon which is written,
It saith,
Speak. What, pray tell, is written upon it? I beseech Your Majesty's pardon. Thy servant truly dares not utter it. I pardon thee.
It saith, He shall capture Your Majesty and drag thee back.
And then offer thee as a reward unto his 3 armies.
This is an outrage.
Muster the cavalry. Follow me forth from the city to meet the foe.
This day, I shall strike that Wanyan buffet down from his steed.
Return hither. Hang high the banner of truce.
Shun the battle, Your Majesty.
The Sainu do besiege our walls.
Does Your Majesty fear them? Wherefore must we suffer such humiliation? Insolent Liu Hongying, if his majesty doth act so, he surely hath his designs.
What folly dost thou speak?
I beseech your majesty's pardon. But a moment ago, thy servant's mind was clouded by wrath. Too well. Arise.
Ye are all my most trusted vassals.
If even ye lack faith in your king, then I have naught to say.
That the Xianyu should act so basely
Is not but proof that someone hath relayed tidings of the provisions within our walls to the world without. Hence the thirst so desperately to breach our citadel. Yet, the more haste they make, the more steadfast we must remain.
Verily, General Liu.
Though we lack for food and water,
Doth the Xianyu possess boundless stores?
the Sachunyu are by nature a nomadic tribe.
The rations they stockpile are scarce indeed.
Counselor, pray keep us in suspense no longer. Keep thy mind with haste.
Nay, let his majesty proclaim the stratagem unto thee. This time, all credit belongs to his majesty.
It was entirely through the enlightenment of the divine. The highest form of warfare is to thwart the enemy's strategy.
To conquer their hearts is paramount.
We must feign untroubled ease.
And make a grand show of feasting before their very eyes.
I comprehend. This stratagem is peerless.
Very well. Go forth and make ready. We obey.
Great General. What manner of food do they partake of?
To a wondrous aroma. Never have I encountered such a savory scent.
By the gods.
What flesh doth that woman of Chem boil in her pot? It is maddeningly fragrant.
Great General. Perhaps we ought to withdraw?
Should the men gaze upon this any longer, I fear they shall mutiny. Who dares? Soldiers, let not your eyes be clouded with gluttonous envy. We have besieged them for a full moon. Whence came this meat?
Surely they do but boil mere spices to deceive us.
To yet another ruse.
Be not led astray, my brethren. Await the day we breach these walls, and I, your commander, shall bestow upon each of you a maiden of great Chen.
Huzzah!
Great General, were it not better to lay siege this very moment and uncover the truth of this matter?
You miserable wretches below the wall.
Doth this feast tempt your bellies?
Haha, thanks to the pen.
How pitiable. Ye languish without, suffering the bitter cold and gnawing hunger day by day. Whilst I, the General, do gorge upon fine meats and vintage wines within. Are ye consumed by envy?
Doth it not kindle your wrath?
You have hurled curses for hours. Surely your throats are parched. Have you ever laid eyes upon such a prize? 'Tis sweet beyond measure. Exquisite. Most exquisite indeed. My brave lads, raise your goblets.
Let us offer a toast to these Yannu fools.
Aye.
We shall drain our cups first in your honor.
Branhe. This general hath no taste for swine's skin. 'Tis yours.
Curses. Alas, what a pity. This fine morsel had been soiled by thy clumsiness. I shall have it no longer.
Ah! Whosoever dares break rank shall be executed without pardon. Ah!
Such savory flesh. Great Tengri. 'Tis a blessing from the eternal sky. One cannot feast without a draught to wash it down.
Come, partake also of our freshly brewed nectar. Bastard! Who bade thee cast bones unto our Xianyu brethren?
Bestow upon them the meat we cannot finish. Who amongst us yearns for war?
Are we not driven by that butcher, Wanyan Bubian?
Ye have wives, children, and elders to tend. Do our Xianyu brethren not possess the same? I long for Juma. I too pine for my Rika. Our sovereign hath declared, those Yanyu brethren who desire to return to their hearths may come upon the morrow to receive a pound of fine white bread and a pound of pork. To think we might receive such sustenance. Where stand the enforcers? Slay these unruly wretches for me.
General, I beseech thee, nay.
'Tis a treacherous ruse of the enemy. Shouldst thou slaughter thy own soldiers, it shall cause the great host to grow cold in their hearts.
Whosoever dares obstruct me shall perish.
We must not perish.
For Zhuma. For Ama. Preposterous.
Do you dare to mount a rebellion?
Wolf guards of the royal court. Charge with me.
'Tis our time, 'tis our fate. Our grand Jianu host shall be entirely entombed. Alas, O eternal sky, I beseech thee, open thine eyes,
And bestow thy protection upon thy children.
Wanyan Bumi,
Thou art worse than a mindless beast.
to slaughter thine own kin.
Where stand the sons of my northern garrison? Ride forth and render aid unto our Xianggu brethren.
we are ensnared. We have fallen for their trap.
Alas, we are undone by this wench's trickery.
Yet we cannot sound the retreat now. For if we fall back, wherefore shall the Grand General's majesty stand?
Slay them! Slay these wretches who defy martial command! Report. The sovereign commands. Sound the gongs and withdraw the host.
The sovereign, taking pity upon the harsh conditions of the Xiongnu soldiers, doth specially bestow 50 caddies of rich meat to withdraw the host.
Wanningbumi, hast thou heard?
This rich meat is meant for those warriors who thirst for peace. Shouldst thou dare to hoard it for thyself,
Then thou art lower than pigs and hounds.
Bid that wretched woman Lingla to come forth.
In vain does she style herself the great vanguard's goddess of war. To stoop to such base and underhanded stratagem
is an absolute disgrace. If thou hast the skill, come down and cross swords with me.
Brethren, sing a song for the Grand General to hear.
Wanyan's martial merits fill the realm under heaven, yet he loses his army's heart and sacrifices his men.
Sound the retreat.
Make haste, support the general and withdraw.
By the gods, we actually angered him into a swoon.
Such a fine, fragrant fowl. It is a pity.
The northern garrison army hath no strength to spare for an assault at present.
The Grand Jianu host, their internal ranks are in utter turmoil,
And is our northern garrison army not in the very same state?
save for the 20,000 Qingwei guards. The remaining 80,000 are largely ruffians and vagrants.
Now, lacking in both victuals and drink, they are entirely unwilling to lay down their lives.
We understand.
My liege!
The Ashnu troops shall likely not return to provoke battle anon.
Howbeit,
We shall face a far sterner trial in the days to come. What is the matter?
Could it be that the rabble we conscripted hath begun to riot?
aye,
They were forbearing at first. Yet, upon hearing that your majesty bestowed meat upon the Yatnu soldiers,
they now harbor profound resentment.
Several commanders stand even now without the manor gates.
yet they refuse to enter.
Waiting for your majesty before the eyes of the common folk.
To grant them an accounting.
Your Majesty!
I shall go forth this instant and have words with them. I would see who among them dares act with insolence. Stay! Canst thou not cease this endless talk of bloodshed? Henceforth, thou must use thy wits. I hear and obey. Has the divine encountered some hardship? Wherefore have the promised provisions not yet arrived? Counselor, what make you of this matter? Should we bestow these provisions upon them so lightly? I fear they shall grow yet more unbridled in the days to come. Aye, we must not yield it to them. I shall give them a stern warning betimes. We comprehend our counselor's misgivings. Come, attend us as we go forth to meet them. The meat shall be given, yet it must yield its true worth. As you command.
His Majesty approaches.
We pay homage to your majesty. You may rise. We know full well what occupies your thoughts. It is true that we possess a bounty of meat. Yet if ye wish to feast, you must barter for it with martial merit.
this day, before the eyes of all the city's folk,
We make our decree known. From this moment forth, whichever host slays the most foes shall receive the greatest share of grain and meat. Our great Qian harbors no idlers.
and our northern vanguard harbors no useless wretches.
What is the meaning of this? Doth His Majesty intend to mount an offensive against the Xiongnu?
By no means. Yan Shizu methinks thou art frightened out of thy wits.
Hear now. His Majesty enacted a cunning stratagem, which had already sown chaos within the Xiongnu ranks.
They are now but as birds startled by the mere twang of a burr string.
What is there to fear?
Cooks,
Bring forth the meat and grain, along with the fresh brew, and let them lay eyes upon it. Verily, the royal estate doth possess provisions. Your Majesty, the royal estate indeed holdeth sustenance.
Wherefore is it not shared amongst us common folk?
Indeed, Do you seek to hoard it for yourselves? Keeping it, but for your own feasts.
Your Majesty, thou hast always loved thy people as thine own children. How couldst thou treat us in such a manner? Mayhap ye should take it all, and march yourselves unto the battlefield in our stead. Provisions are scarce.
This king must prioritize the warring troops.
Whosoever hath the valor to fight the Yanmu, to him shall this king grant it.
If you submit not, stand ye aside.
Begone, none shall cuddle ye. Your Highness, since the royal estate hath long possessed such military rations,
Wherefore was it not distributed amongst the ranks?
Without a full belly, whence cometh the strength to smite the Yagum?
What if it be so? And what if it be not?
what manner of creatures deem ye yourselves to be? Must I needs offer explanation unto the likes of you?
Thy servant would not dare.
If thou darest not, then hold thy tongue.
This king would scarcely mind,
Hail down a few commanders upon the battlefield to vent my wrath.
That which this king hath just spoken, have ye all understood it clearly?
Understood. For amongst our soldiers,
there are many worthless wretches, but making up the numbers.
Firstly, they cannot engage the enemy in battle.
Secondly, they cannot shield the common folk.
They know only to form self-serving factions.
and embezzle the military pay.
Should the grain be granted unto such men,
This king would be shamed before his imperial majesty.
and shamed before the myriad souls of the great Chen.
elders and fellow countrymen,
Nay, we shall never consent.
your majesty's foresight is profound.
Thy heart is wholly devoted to the realm and its people.
We are willing to feast upon chaff and wild herbs.
To uphold your majesty's glorious renown.
Mighty is the king.
Hath commanded here not eaten?
Cry out with a louder voice.
With thy stout countenance, thou dost not look like a man who starves.
Long live the king. 10,000 years. Report. I beg to report unto your majesty.
Commander Yanmen Pass of our 3rd Route Army, together with his troops,
Had launched a stealth attack upon the Huns.
The rearguard hath slain 3,000 of the enemy.
and achieved a most glorious victory.
Your majesty, when did this Mazobliz ambush?
Wherefore was I kept in the dark? Now are wondering why such a glorious errand was not bestowed upon thee, art thou not?
Thou art the vice-general of our army.
寡言不派.
Is by nature fraught with suspicion. Hast thou not appeared upon the city gate tower?
He would most surely have grown suspicious.
And whence would Ma Hongbum have found the chance to launch a stealth attack?
Your Majesty, this stratagem is truly divine.
Your majesty, thy humble general hath fortunately not failed his mission.
I bid thee rise at once. Our brethren have toiled most arduously. Fine wine and good meats are already prepared.
吕弘仪，早上旁分你欧非系。
The distribution of meat and grain unto the soldiers of the 3rd Army.
See that there is no error.
I obey. Commander Yan.
Compared unto certain men who boast wildly here,
Others have already returned, having slain thousands of Huns.
Doth thy face not flush with shame? Had his majesty given prior tidings, the soldiers of my command could have also achieved such glory.
these are the very words we have been waiting for.
According to the spies' reports,
The great Hun army shall march unto the Chushui River this night to draw water.
Commander Yan, tonight the burden rests upon thee.
This, my soldiers' bellies do suffer from hunger.
I fear it is exceedingly difficult to undertake so momentous a task.
Your majesty, think be better to deploy the royal guard.
The royal guard hath a far graver duty to fulfill. We shall now
Apportioned unto that 1st army.
provisions equal to those of the 3rd Army.
Commander Yan, dost thou dare to march to battle?
Thy servant dares. Excellent.
Commander Yan,
Pray sign a martial writ of life and death.
a martial writ? Is such a vow to be sworn so lightly? A single misstep shall exact the toll of our very lives. Alas,
We beg to report to your majesty.
in order to spare a mouthful of grain for the common foot soldier, several of the commanders have partaken of nameless wild herbs these past days.
we fear they have been afflicted with poison.
Alas, methinks of Hun spy have crept into our midst to taint our food.
Your Majesty,
We beseech thee to see the truth of these shameless gluttons.
The mere mention of provender brings forth boundless vigor in them.
yet at the summons to battle, they feign illness at once.
They are naught but a foul disgrace to the warriors of great Chen.
Arise! Get thee up on thy feet!
Should word of this cowardice spread forth,
How shall the world look upon us? Oh,
General Liu, we pray thee, cease thy kicking.
we are truly gripped by agony.
Shouldst thou doubt our words, thou mayest summon the army physician.
I fear the physician hath long since been bought by your silver.
有后容，也带了寒。
They are all men of iron resolve within our northern army.
Honorable and stalwart men, how could they ever stoop to the shameless deceit of feigning illness?
Dispatch the finest army physicians to heal these commanders.
Furthermore, portion 5 measures of meat to every commander,
that they might nourish their weakened frames. For they are the very pillars of our northern army. Henceforth, whosoever dares to speak ill of them in the shadows, blame us not for our lack of mercy. We offer profound thanks for your highness's great grace. Go now. Let you all take your rest. Elders and kin, set your hearts at ease.
though provisions be scarce.
Your rightful rations of gruel shall assuredly be provided. Henceforth, ye shall receive no fewer than 2 repasts each day. Furthermore, whosoever desires to till the earth may come unto the royal manor to claim seeds.
From the morrow onward, water from the royal manor shall be distributed thrice daily.
Heaven bless the King of the North.
Have not been delivered?
Nay, thy servant have kept vigil unceasingly, not so much as a single fly. And behold,
Dusk approaches.
Should the common folk fail to receive their rations this day,
great turmoil shall surely arise ere nightfall.
And all our painstaking stratagems shall be reduced to ashes.
Your Highness,
I confess I comprehend it not.
wherefore did you forbid me from chastising that rabble of commanders?
His Highness hath bidden thee to use thy wits, yet thou yield no ear to his counsel. His Highness seeks to sow discord among the 7 commanders,
And sever their ties with the Northern Legion.
given their avaricious nature. Dim you they would share the apportioned meat with their soldiers?
Release the military rations to be boiled into gruel forthwith.
Let the common folk be fed first.
Your Highness, the multitudes gathered in weight number fully 100,000 souls. Even should we empty the entirety of the royal manor's storehouses,
It would not suffice. If those at the rear are left wanting, I fear a great rebellion shall be sparked amongst the populace. I beseech your Highness to reconsider.
Your Highness, the military rations must not be touched.
Forget not, the 2nd commanders have long cast a covetous, tiger-like gaze upon us.
Our resolve is set. Speak no more of it. We are steadfast in our belief that so long as Master Jiang can arrive ere the military rations are fully dispersed, bearing fresh provisions, all perils shall be swiftly sundered.
Should he fail to arrive,
Then I shall accept my fate.
Yanmen Pass could scarce hold out much longer. Regardless,
alas, I shall go and make the arrangements.
I shall go forth and assemble the Qingwei army.
Should any unforeseen peril arise,
This humble general shall safeguard your escape, even at the cost of my very life. Who doth speak of me this hour? Truly, ill fortune doth plague me this day. I know not what scoundrel hath falsely accused me of receiving counterfeit wares, causing me to languish in the gaol for a full day and night. Oh, hath my eldest nephew emerged from the gaol?
curse thee.
Was I doing, was it not? Thou hadst best unhand me, lest thou be cast back into the dungeons for malicious assault, which would bode ill for thee.
Though,
Eldest nephew, this is but a trifling warning. Thou dost merely depart without a backward glance, leaving me a ruined manor, where I suffer daily indignities at the hands of others.
for what purpose do I endure this?
And concerning that incense burner, thine eldest son now covets it as well.
Hold the incense burner.
All is lost, trembling in disarray. Doth despair now consume thee? Pray forgive me. I was delayed by unforeseen matters. I shall deliver them with all haste. What foul trickery is this? Wherefore do our portions dwindle ever smaller?
Yea, if thou canst not afford to provide, then provide naught at all.
Thou canst not subject the people to such cruelty. Make haste to the rear gates of the prince's estate. They are spiriting away the grain at the bridge. They shall bestow naught upon us hereafter.
Let us march together and demand a reckoning. Make haste, tarry, and there shall be nothing left. Nay, flee! 'Tis a trap.
We have received intelligence.
The Jarnu have disguised themselves as common folk.
Attempting to storm the princely manor. Loose arrows.
'Tis terrifying. Who in God's name beguiled us into plundering the military rations? Have they lost their wits?
How could the Prince of Genbei ever mistreat us, his subjects? Before the distribution of kanji at the manor gates,
Those yet unsatisfied could claim another bowl.
you brought the grain here in such a senseless frenzy.
Did it not require time?
Yet you allowed yourselves to be misled by others. You are truly no better than beasts. Damnation. Who was it that stirred up this clamor just now? Step forward before me.
Fellow elders and brethren,
Sino spies have mingled among you. But fear not, everyone, for the spies have been eradicated. The rest of you are innocent. Should you confess the identity of the mastermind, His Highness have decreed your lives shall be spared.
Now, I shall count to 10.
Seize this opportunity. 1. I confess.
Was Squire Wang.
Assassins, seize them. Oh no, Commander. They had poison concealed within their mouths.
cursed wretches. They are ruthless indeed.
Secure the scene. The rest of you, follow me to Squire Wang's estate.
Your Highness, your general is incompetent.
When we arrived, Squire Wang and his entire household had already been slaughtered.
Let it be. Return and rest.
Your Highness, shall we truly allow them to run riot in this manner?
Return and rest, all of you. I have other designs for this matter. As you command. May the gods grant you peaceful slumber.
Though the crisis of sustenance hath been stayed,
Yet do I ponder in vain, finding no stratagem to vanquish the foe.
should the gods deign to bestow no counsel upon me,
This humble one would pay any price. Those paltry Jiang Yukers, in mine eyes, they are but clay dogs and straw chickens.
Frontenac, lady.
I shall conceive a path forward for thee anon. Should the gods aid this humble maiden in repelling the foe for the remainder of my days?
I vow to fast and offer prayers unto the heavens.
Since physical objects can be sent thither,
What of a mortal being? Surely I am possessed of some madness. Lady Lei,
Speak first of the tribulations thou dost encounter in this campaign.
the hour growth late. On the morrow, I shall devise a remedy for thee.
very well. I entreat thee, kind sir.
There remains well nigh no strategic buffer zone outside the city.
And our communication with the great Qin hath been severed.
This is a plight of utter despair.
it seems no strategy or tactic can avail us now.
We can only rely on superior arms and provisions to crush them from above.
This artifact is called a mobile phone.
If thou dost open it in the manner I prescribe, thou shalt behold vast stores of military lore.
Feast on eyes upon this tonight.
And on the morrow, the war provisions shall arrive. A mobile phone? Truly, this must be a creation of the heavenly palace.
The lecture room, a complete exposition of Sun Tzu's art of war. The 10 greatest battles in history, where the few defeated the many.
Kuan, summon the military advisor and General Yo at once.
The king summons us in the dead of night. Could it be for a night raid upon the Saingu?
Let us go and see.
The two of you have arrived.
Pray tell, lady.
We are men of the realm. Enter the king's private chamber at this hour seems most improper. The king hath commanded that there be no delay.
The king hath received a sacred treasure from the gods. See to it that you're not seized with terror.
What manner of treasure could so possess his majesty?
Prithee, maiden, thou dost but seek to affright us.
What treasure hath his majesty not yet beheld? Could it be that this treasure is of greater worth than all the riches within the great Cham Palace?
Once he step within, he shall behold it.
It is decided. Who dares make such clamor in this place? Alas, the king hath fallen under a soul-binding spell.
Your Majesty, make haste and get thee hence.
Can the twain of ye hold your peace? Your Majesty, thou are not under a soul-binding spell? This device is called a mobile phone.
It was bestowed upon me by the gods.
It is imparting knowledge unto me.
Truly, this object is wondrous indeed.
Why hath the image vanished?
Could it be broken?
The god must not yet have awakened from his slumber.
When he rises, I shall inquire of him. Your Majesty, if this small casket
Nay, if what the master within the phone speaks be true,
Can we truly vanquish the 50 myriad army of the Xiangyu and rebuild our great Chan into a land of wondrous and advanced arts?
The gods do not practice deceit.
yet those matters are still far beyond our reach.
The pressing matter of this hour is to drive the Sanju back to the northern wastes and preserve the sacred lands of our great Chan.
Indeed, the secret of this phone must never be revealed.
Not even to your own kin shall he speak of it.
Furthermore, dispatch men to watch the Zangu's movements closely
And report back at once.
The god, think promised yesternight to aid us in finding a stratagem to defeat the enemy. Therefore, no folly on our part shall be tolerated.
Understood. 'Tis Hong Ying.
Dispatch thy agents to warn the 3 great houses. This king desireth no treachery from them once we are engaged in the decisive battle.
Rest assured, my liege,
this general hath just conceived a wondrous stratagem
That shall surely render the 3 houses as docile as hounds. Thou too hast a plan.
ye look down upon me.
Just you wait. I shall surely deliver unto thee a grand surprise, lest my night spend pondering the art of war and the 36 stratagems.
Be in vain? 马使将，他韩柳的外父姓什么不可？
回去啊，刘。
Lewin did not intend this.
如 Once it's Clusi OP,
I wonder what manner of visage he truly possesseth.
Fret not. 'Tis likely but drained of its essence. I shall draw a power socket for thee.
and send a charger henceforth.
How wondrous.
the device gloweth once more.
Now, is thy most dire need the lack of war steeds and weaponry, correct?
Indeed.
We were ambushed aforetime. The northern pacifying army was routed, fleeing in utter disarray. By reason of the famine, our war steeds were nigh devoured, leaving scarce 300. A tragedy. Tragic indeed.
Very well.
I comprehend thy plight.
On this day, I shall find a way to gather thy war gear.
Yet war steeds are passing difficult to procure in my realm.
Furthermore, can this censer transport living beasts?
Perhaps we might substitute them with 3-wheeled motor carts?
Once these beasts of iron are aroused,
Striking down a charger would be of little consequence. Furthermore, they are simpler to control.
Master, might I customize these 3-wheeled chariots?
Are they not all fashioned in this manner? Never have I heard of custom creations for such contraptions. Brother, dost thou jest with me? What upon this chassis, if you will? A row of steel lances, forged from ribbed burbar.
They must be honed to a sharp point.
Is it truly a 3-wheeled carriage thou seekest to purchase?
For what purpose dost thou alter them?
brother, calm thy wrath.
At worst, I shall offer an additional 1,000 coins for each.
As thou knowest, wild beasts roam the mountains.
The common folk are prone to attack when transporting goods. Is this not merely preparing against future calamity? Methinks these are not destined for the mountains,
But rather for the outlaws of Mount Liang.
水象象来韩子吧。
these 10,000 3-wheeled warships of thine. Would he not march straight upon Bionnil? Methinks these are not destined for the mountains, but rather for the outlaws of Mount Yang.
是香江内孩儿个旁。
These 10,000 3-wheeled warships of thine. Would he not march straight upon Bionnil? Add 2,000, or there is naught to discuss.
Very well. 2,000 it shall be. Deliver the goods with all haste.
Can't thou complete them within a single day?
By all means, it shall be done.
The steeds are secured. Next, we require weaponry.
And defensive armor.
Greetings to the great deity. Has the matter of Luan disturbed your peaceful life? Can this decisive goddess of war truly be so considerate? The strategic resources are secured. Upon the arrival of the deliveries tomorrow, I shall send them to you.
Great deity, we thank you for your labors.
Lilam and all the citizens of the city shall be eternally grateful to you. I am no deity. I am but a common mortal. You have saved Luan and the 400,000 soldiers and citizens of Yanmen Pass.
To us, you are the greatest of deities.
Very well. Believe what thou wilt.
I fear the Zangu may plot some mischief in the coming days.
Thou hadst best remain vigilant.
Did I not foretell this? He would surely return. I wonder what grand treasures he hath brought this time.
Greetings, Elder Jin. Greetings, Elder Hu. Young friend, pray enter the house, please. I am in urgent need of coin. Name your price, elders.
存在的 army of great Jia.
The Imperial Bureau of Manufacture of Great Chan. Heavens above.
Great Cran did indeed exist.
JMA army truly existed. These artifacts are the very proof thereof.
These jewels. They are all possessions of the imperial nobility. Even if one were to search the entire world,
No treasures of such exquisite craftsmanship could be found.
I never could have imagined that in our remaining years,
We would behold such peerless antiques. Young man, who in truth art thou?
How didst thou come to possess these items?
if the goods are worthy, accept them. Inquire no further on other matters.
I have long since assured you that their origin is entirely untainted.
Indeed, indeed.
It is so.
1 billion. Non-negotiable.
Though the price is high,
Once we reveal these pieces to the world, their value shall increase threefold at least. In any way, it is a venture of assured fortune.
then it is settled. We shall acquire them.
Young man,
Though the price thou hast demanded is princely,
Yet, we wish to win the favor of so great a patron.
very well, let it be according to thy word.
the treasures shall be mine.
I shall transfer the tribute on.
Hearken, Elder Jin and Elder Hu.
The reason I chose thee
Is that I bestowed upon thee my absolute trust,
I desire that thou performest thy duties diligently.
and inquirest no further. Thus it shall go well with us all.
Set thy heart at ease.
From this day forth,
Thou art Taurusmo.
We shall provide thee with our private wardens.
Should Jiang find himself in peril,
Thou mayst call upon us at any hour. Summon this number,
and when whichever corner of the realm thou mayest dwell, our men shall arrive within a half-hour's turn of the glass.
to render thee any service. My thanks. Summon this number.
And in whichever corner of the realm thou mayest dwell,
Our men shall arrive within a half-hour's turn of the glass.
to render thee any service.
Thanks. Should I acquire finer treasures in the future?
thou shalt be the first I seek.
Sire, according to the Gazette,
The Yanmen plan to breach the gates this very night.
I fear our northern pacifying army shall be utterly undone.
Nay, not only the northern pacifying army,
That the entire great Chen dynasty may fall into ruin.
Sire,
Hath the deity offered any divine counsel? Withdraw for now.
I shall petition the deity for aid.
the Xianu may march tonight.
Fret not. Let me ponder a solution. In such haste, where under the heavens can I procure a vast arsenal?
If only I could purchase cannons.
Yet, such contraptions are forbidden by law. Tarry a moment.
I might purchase fireworks and crackers instead.
How did this elude my mind?
Hark, is this the pyrotechnics manufactory? Second Lady Ruen, the steeds of war are prepared. Furthermore, I have procured many divine weapons of great might for thee. Indeed, to prevent any leakage of this design,
Find thee a vast storehouse and place the censer therein.
I shall commence the conjuration.
Divine weapons?
Qin Wen Sumsum, the military advisor, and General Yu at once. I.
Oh, great deity,
Thou mayst commence the conjuration.
Your Majesty, these beasts sent by the deity are no steeds of war. What man of creation is this? It moveth with but a twist. Legends speak of master artisans who fashioned wooden oxen and flowing horses,
Capable of self-propulsion.
yet this creation bestowed by the deity,
Far surpasseth those legendary contraptions.
the deity Navthis, the three-wheeled steed, a novel chariot. Of war, master its command first, and then thou shalt instruct all the soldiers diligently.
Henceforth, these shall be our steeds of war.
Why do we tarry then?
I cannot endure the wait to test its might.